right back. Gotta grab my attempted dry brush. Here. And alright, let's see how we're gonna do this. Not too bad, but like way too strong. Need to wipe that off. Oh, well, that's bad. If I can get that removed. Probably not much. Try if we can get that other side. It's definitely showing up, but not like what I'd hope it'd show or do. If I do the whole thing like that, maybe it'll look decent. Nope. Well, I tried. Although I will say it kind of does look like a little bit of a blizzard. Oh. Yeah, it's me, of course. It's been a minute, but it's been a minute for you too now. I have work! What's up? We're even! And I get terrible sleep too. Like really bad sleep. I wake up every 2 hours. It's terrible. Autofocus on? It is. Okay. Alright. Well, this didn't turn out exactly like I'd hope. What you can see is there. What do you think of the pre-related? And what's that? Who's that supposed to represent? Ooh. I thought she was fine. You got a number? Let's see about cleaning up my little paint pan. I need to. I have like a stack of these things that need to be cleaned, but all the paint's hard glued on there, and I need to go soak them in water and just leave them outside. And hopefully they'll clean themselves instead of me putting any kind of effort into them. The drawing was inspired by an indie game. Oh, Hollowed Knight, huh? Haven't played that game. I've seen it though. Couldn't stream last night because I had to get up early because I'm trying to, in a sense, buy a house. But houses are so freaking expensive that building a new house is almost cheaper. As a matter of fact, it is technically cheaper to build a brand new house than it is to buy a house that's already pre-built. Almost done. No tournaments. the tournament's this weekend, but I'm hoping to. I'm so wanting to play my Tau so bad. I'm thinking about just bringing my unpainted. Well, I'm sure I have some Tau painted. Yeah. Most houses that are cheaper than building a new house needs work on them. And then there are some houses out there that that are within that borderline cost a little bit cheaper than a new house, and in itself relatively new, but the insurance cost would be cheaper just because the new house will meet all the standards and you get all the discounts on insurance on the house. So ends up being cost of a new house over time being less than a used house just because of insurance. So all right. I forgot what I was talking about though before that. Oh, just bringing my Tau up there, even though they're not officially painted, they are painted. Most of them are. Just bring enough to play the army that I want, or don't want to test out, which is essentially all mech suits except for two. I need to find out if I have both my ethereal right there. Sweet, I do have two ethereals then. I need two ethereals, two 10-man fire squad, then two crisis commanders. Yeah. Well, it depends on where you live. So, yeah, in Sweden, they say like $10 to $20 or $15 to $20 a month. But do you have any kind of like? Let me turn down the music a little bit. Do you have any kind of like environmental nature, force of natures outside of snow? I'm sure it snows in Sweden. I don't know if it snows in your area, in your particular area. Like, do you have tornadoes, hurricanes, volcanoes, earthquake? Those are only four things of force of nature that I know of. Don't know what else there could be. Oof, God. All that hardened. I don't know if I can reconstruct that or not. Not in the U.S. There's a couple of different kinds of insurance. Like you have your standard insurance, then you have flood insurance, then you have hurricane insurance, wind damage insurance. Yeah, so in the U.S. there's a whole bunch of different kinds of weather. So you can have like wind insurance. It comes in bundles, and flood insurance is one that's kind of separate from regular insurance because not every place floods, so that's a separate type of insurance. So that costs extra, and usually just goes up every year, ever so often, especially if people claim it a lot, you know. If it floods a lot, then obviously it's going to go up. Yeah, wind insurance, worst case scenario, we get 20-30 meters per second. Yeah, exactly. Over here, you have tornadoes, you have hurricanes, you have, I guess you could say, just I guess your odd, heavy rain, and whatever. Let's see how far I can stretch that. There we go. Kind of in my face. So yeah, you have to think about where you live in the United States. You have your typical insurance, fire insurance, hail, maybe even it's a separate thing. I'm not sure. So the weather in the U.S. is can be kind of crazy. Again, depending on where you live. Like Florida, um, where what's his name lives, Tiki. I'm in northern Sweden where I live a bunch of snow, this and last one. Gotcha. Like where Tiki lives, I think he's in Florida, I believe. Um, I'm sure he has to have like hurricane insurance, and I'm sure it's expensive, just because I think hurricanes hits Florida like almost all the time. I think in 1 year, 5 hurricanes hit Florida. Mind you, their house has to meet a certain standard to be able to stand up to that, but 5 freaking hurricanes though, that's a bit much. That is crazy. Yeah, I forgot. I need to look to see whether I want that gold or not. I need to grab my other. Damn, that looks so blue on the camera. It's weird. Like so, there's no shades of blue. It's literally just flat blue. Yeah, holy crap. It's so it's so blue. I'm just watching this one guy explain about metallic paints. I think how you should paint the base coat the color of the metallic, as close to the color of the metallic as possible. Like, that's not a bad idea. I do like the way the black looks as the undercoat for the gold. The only problem is what he did state was very much true, where it looks like there'll be streaking on the paint itself. But the black on the base coat for the gold is just really, really nice, though. Plus, I kind of thinned down this gold just because it was running out, and I was hoping I could, get more of the gold, or the hard stuck gold, and kind of liquefy it a little bit. So I'm trying to stretch, the mile out of my gold. You guys get all the crazy world ending weather, and you guys still refuse to get stone and conquer house. Well, the thing is, though, is that even those cardboard boxes, though, can withstand those hurricane forces. It's all how it's built. Plus, it's just like, it's not necessarily refusing to do that. It's more along the lines like, can you afford it? Like, material cost is different. I would think the same thing along your side, but like, again, you say concrete or stone. The thing is, though, is that a concrete and stone still wouldn't be able to stand up against a freaking, tree being thrown at it. It's gonna crumble as easily as a cardboard box will. Because some weather do get kind of crazy. I don't know if you've seen like, what do you call it? In YouTube, I'm sure there's many hurricane videos out there, and you can see like essentially some concrete buildings being just broken down by the hurricane too. Just because it's not necessarily the hurricane itself that's probably destroying the building, but it's just everything that's flying with it. this gold is really thin. To apply it really thick to make sure it gets enough, I guess, gold flakes or whatever on there. How do you make glass out of wood? It makes no sense. Explain that, Paint. How do you make glass out of wood? I'll say you're lying. Oh, and also, Paint, if you want to see kind of how the destruction capabilities of hurricanes, look up Katrina and look what it did to the Gulf Coast. I remember looking at some kind of articles from it, and one of the interesting thing, you thin out. Huh. All right. Well, I'll wait for you to get back. Oh, well, let me ask you a question. I guess this will this will define a certain thing. Do you like milk paint? Do you drink milk? So then you haven't drank hot cocoa in 12 years? I, for one, love milk. I will drink the living crap out of milk. Your milk's in danger. So what do you think about this alternative milks like almond milk or soy milk or oat milk? Do you consider those to be milk? Okay, so would you consider that wood to be glass? Is it actually called glass though? I guess that wood you're talking about. Yeah. So like that's the reason why I say I'll call you a liar, but I hope you understand why. Now I don't know if they're actually calling it glass or not, and I could understand why they would if it's very similar to it, kind of like milk alternatives. So do they call it like glass alternative? Oh, ugh, if I could speak English, do they actually call it like glass alternatives, or are they actually calling it glass? But that is kind of crazy though, turning wood into glass or something very similar to glass. Ugh, Jesus Christ, I can't speak. That is actually pretty cool though, I will say. You know, alternative glass and kind of thing. I do wonder how does it compare up to like glass and stuff, like in terms of like efficiency, in terms of I guess transfers of heat. You know, is it like a very good insulator or is it worse? Whew. Yeah, but what about its efficiency? You know, so I'm glad at least you know they're not calling it glass. So they're pretty consistent with their like things that are you know technically glass is made out of sand. I don't know if there's like a restriction in terms of like what type of sand has to make out of, but again like milk is usually breast milk from mammals. Who had a good drink of water. But the important thing being strong is great, but it's more of the what do you call it, the efficiency in terms of retaining heat versus leaking heat. Because you know, if you it may be stronger, more sustainable, but if just like if you're trying to keep your place hot and it's just leaking out the heat or leaking into cold air, then it's not very good. It'll end up being like costing more or being more not economically friendly to the environment just because you're having to use more, you know, AC or whatever to keep your house hotter. But people on the golf course, though, I'm sure would love that because I'm sure their glass breaks all the time. I need to finish this guy. Alright, man, take it easy, Paint. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Hopefully I stream tomorrow. Oop. It's about to take off too. Once I'm kind of done with this guy. Get one guy done a day. I'll be done with them sooner or later. Boom. Nice. Alrighty, I guess I am going to be calling it again a little bit early just because meeting day for work. And I feel like I've been bitten like crazy, but I have no idea what. So tomorrow, if I do stream, it's going to be this last guy with the gold paint. I definitely need to get him going too, just because I will use maybe a battle standard guy. But who knows. Anyways, if you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up the sound below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.